Hello, welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry, and this is Monday Quilt Chat, where I talk about what's going on in my quilty world and in the quilty world in general. And I'm finding it harder and harder to find things to chat about. I don't know why. I mean, usually the video, I start out saying something like that, and then I talk for 40 minutes. So, I don't know. But today I've just felt like I have nothing to say. I'm sure I have something to say. So, that was another thing I wanted to bring up with you too. So I hope you're all settled in with your coffee, your tea, your glass of wine, whatever time of day it is for the appropriate drink. Settle in and let's chat about a few things at least. But what I wanted to bring up was if any of you ever have any question about anything really, and even on the sewing related front, sewing, quilting, anything along there that you want my opinion on, I can tell you what I do. A lot of times people say that you only do it this way. I don't believe that. I think you should be able to do your sewing and your quilting the way you found works best for you. And there are some ways that are better than others, and we learn as we go. I'm still learning a lot of things. Most of my background was from garment sewing from a long time ago, and a little bit of home decor and crafting. But the quilting is, I would say 2007-ish is when I got more into it. And yes, that is a few years back, but there was some long pauses in there where I didn't do anything with it. So, things have changed since then. Methods of cutting and, piecing together, all of it has changed. Products have changed. Tools have changed. Machines have changed. So, I'm still kind of learning some new things all the time as well. So, while I do have some measure of experience maybe that some of you new quilters don't have, I'm still learning too. But if you have some questions and you want to see what I have to say about it, just drop those questions in the comments section and I'll kind of gather those up, and on our Monday Quilt Chats I can consider those with you and maybe do some research as well and testing and whatever. I'm willing to do all of that. So this weekend I did manage to get a little bit of sewing done. I got 2 more aprons cut out. I still need to stitch those up, which I will probably get done this week if everything goes according to plan. And I also have been working on berry wreath. I'm still doing chain piecing. Not my favorite, as you know I have expressed many times, but I have one more set of these that get 2 stitch and flips. And I have 5 more. Well, this is the same size, but these are all blue. These get 4 stitch and flips, so it becomes a little snowball block. I'm not looking forward to doing those. I did one set of those early on so that I could get that first block done, and they take a long time. And those little squares for the edges, for the corners, are very small, so it's going to take me a bit to get those done. But I'm hanging in there. I'm working away at it. I haven't worked on it for about a week and a half or 2, and so I thought I better get that out. There's so many other things I was kind of itching to get into or carrying on with. It wasn't this, but I thought, yeah, no, I'm gonna do something on this. And I think I did 2 sets of these, 2 complete sets of these. So that was some progress. And the night that I was working on these, I so wanted to go ahead and get this one done too, which was the 2 stitch and flips, and I just didn't have it in me. And when you feel that way, it's like, I better not. I'll do something wrong side out or cut something the wrong side. Some disastrous thing will happen. If you're too tired, you need to just stop. So that's what I did. Anyway, that's still sitting here, and I'm really enjoying my board. Remember this board I made? I think it's probably been a month or so now, with the wool batting, and then I put the muslin frame around it so that it's just plain. And I love this. And this board that I got, I can hold it on the very tippy edge, and it doesn't bend. It's almost like a piece of wood, but it's lightweight. So this is that foam core board that I paid way too much money for because I didn't know that it was a chalkboard. So it has a chalkboard surface where you can use chalk on it for a sign. Maybe I'll use that for a sign sometime. I could, couldn't I? I could use that as a sign on the back. Hey, dual purpose. Yeah, I could do that. Hey, I invented something. I didn't even know it. So I have a project board and a chalkboard that I can use. Oh, you probably noticed I got my hair cut. Yes, I did. I got tired of it being all up on my neck, so it's kind of cut, down this way, and I have these long front pieces. I don't know if I like it, but it's getting, it feels so much lighter. And with the heat the way it is, right now, it just feels so much better. But I'm having to get used to styling my hair instead of just blow drying it straight, which I kind of have lost my touch. I need to brush up on how to use a straight iron and a curling iron. But yeah, I'm enjoying having a little bit shorter hair. It was damaged as well, after you let your hair grow for a while. It's old hair and it's damaged and it's discolored and it just needs to be cut off. So best of both worlds. I get a fresh cut, you get that old hair off, and get it off of my neck for the summer. So I cut my hair. It's been a while. My hairdresser, when I left, she says, I'll see you in the fall. It's really nice to not have to go so often, not having to color my hair anymore. I'm really enjoying that. I don't think I could ever go back to coloring my hair, because I would have to go probably every 3 or 4 weeks to cover the skunk stripe that I would have if I colored my hair. I think, what else did I do? Oh, I cut out 2 more aprons. I have to stitch them up, so I'll get those done this week. I hope you all are participating in that too. I kind of sort of got a little bit of a mention on So Yeah the other night. I usually have been watching, if I'm not buying, I'll watch like the beginning and the end, and maybe pop in once in a while. And they were selling some fabrics that felt a little coarse. They said, it's almost like canvas, but it's not quite. And I said, yeah, it'd be good for aprons. And so they said, yeah, Sherry, you've got something going on with fabric like this or something. I don't know what they said, but just a teeny tiny mention. Let's see what else. I did the berry wreath. I cut those out. Oh, I made myself a grunge bin, because I had all of my grunge stash inside of one of my little, I'm looking at it right now, see if I can explain it to you. It's one of those little white cubby things that has different sides. It's a bookcase, really, but it has like 3 sections on one side and 2 sections on the other. And I've just been stacking all my basics up in there, all my solids and, blenders and basics. And my grunge was in one of those bigger ones, and it was starting to spill over. So I made a bin for that, and so I officially have a grunge bin. So I guess I'll be collecting grunge from here on out. And speaking of that, well, that just takes us right on into recent acquisitions. So I got some from Fat Quarter Shop last month, June. That's when I ordered this. Actually, I ordered it on June 30th. I was putting it off all month because I didn't know what colors I wanted to get. They had it on sale. The best price that I've seen for the entire month of June. It was $9.58 a yard. So that's the best price you're probably ever going to see for it. Either online or in a store. So I went ahead and ordered some. I don't even know if I want to take this out. It's really stuffed in there. Yeah, I need to take it out because I don't want to keep that. So last week or the week before, it was the week before last, I showed you a line. Hold on, let me go get it. I showed you this line. It's called Roses. Remember? Got a great big bunch of fat quarters. And I thought this would be really good with grunge because, roses are nice and soft and, delicate. And then put some grunge in there. That's kind of what my idea was for that. I just didn't want it to look, you know, too 90s or even 80s looking. So I thought that would be a good, not a contrast, but a good, I don't know, a good pull it all together fabric for this. And kind of bring it up to date. Now, this isn't dated. I mean, this is brand new fabric from now. But, I don't know, I wanted to make sure it didn't look like something dated. So, I thought, yeah, I'll do this. And you know what? That looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? But I didn't know, because I was ordering it online. Let me turn another color around here and see how this looks. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna go with it. I probably will wind up using that, but I got this color too, and this would probably, well, this looks pretty good too. I'm gonna have a hard time choosing now, and I thought, well, whatever I don't use, I'll just put it in my stash for something else in the future. Now see, this one really pulls out those darker greens in this. Look at this. See, either one of those would be good. Either one. I don't think I helped myself any by getting two, but that turned out just perfect. You know what I would like to have, and I'm going to contact somebody somewhere. I need a grunge color chart. And those dang things cost a fortune, but I feel like I need one, especially if I'm going to become a collector of grunge. So I should have one, shouldn't I? That way I know what I'm going to be needing. I can verify it right there with the color card, the swatch card, instead of just guessing at the colors on the screen. So I got those two. Those are two 5-yard cuts. That was my last purchase for June, and I haven't purchased anything else since. Also in June, I purchased another Quilter Select ruler. I did not have the 2.5 by 12, and I think I will use that a lot. I've been using my 3 by 12, and you might say, why would you get a 2.5 by 12 if you've got a 3 by 12? There are reasons. Just trust me on that. I needed this. But it was on sale from Red Rock Threads. If you don't know what Red Rock Threads is, if you want to find any kind of thread, that's where you go. I get my long arm thread there. The Superior Omni is what I've been using. Yeah, I'm trying to build up my collection of long arm threads to have different colors. I started out with, your basic whites and ivories and tans and grays, and that's all I have. So I'm starting to build in some colors to my stash of thread for long arming. And I need to get back to long arming. My husband Mark was just asking me, it's been a while since you've long armed something. Why don't you make a video about blah blah blah, get something ready for the long arm, whatnot. I said, well, that's a whole entire video. We were talking about what could I chat about today, and he brought that up. Well, I didn't long arm any last week because there were storms, or possibility of storms, every day nearly, and we had some thunderstorms. And we didn't have any power outages, but, you don't want to get in the middle of long arming it and have a storm come up. So, I do have a surge protector and all of that, and probably, nothing would happen, but if the electricity went off and you had to try to find where to start again, it's just a pain in the neck. I'd rather not risk it. I'm not experienced enough, is all it is, to feel confident about starting again. I know how to do it. I've done it. I just haven't done it enough to have it, like the bobbin thread will run out. Well, you're going to have to start again and set the machine up for where it stopped. I can do that. But I don't want a big surprise thing like, oh, the electricity went off. I don't want to deal with that because I don't know what else that's going to cause. when the bobbin runs out and you have to do that, well, your machine is still sitting on the design, and you know, all your settings are still there. But if the thing goes blank, I don't know, I'm not experienced enough to recover from that just yet. So better not risk it. I think a good rule of thumb is not to risk it. I mean, if somebody is a professional long arm person, and you know, they're doing quilts every single day, multiple, you know, that's probably not a big deal for them. But I'm not doing that, so I think I'll just abstain from long arm quilting when it's storming or there's a potential for a storm. But that's all I've gotten. I got 2 things of thread. I got a red and a blue. They had the Quilter Select rulers on sale at that Red Rock Threads, and it's redrockthreads.com if you want to go look around in there. I'm not an affiliate of theirs. I don't think they have an affiliate program, but they did have those rulers, and who knows, they probably got some other stuff too that I don't even know about that you can shop for there. But not this month. It's because it's no by July. How's that going for you? Have you fallen off the wagon yet? Let's see. Is it the 8th? I think it's the 8th, isn't it? So we've got a week behind us already. If you've made it 1 week, congratulations. I know I have. I haven't been anywhere buying anything or buying anything online. And let's see. I've been thinking about more stash busting ideas, so keep on the watch for the Wednesday videos and what will be on those. I have a couple of ideas for this week that I'm going to, come to a decision on as far as what it's going to be, but I definitely want it to be something stash busting. I feel like the aprons are really good. If you guys want to participate that, and the random acts of gift giving your aprons away when you get them done randomly would be fun, and telling your stories, I think it would be really fun. So if any of you haven't done that yet, please jump on board with it, and we'll see what kind of cool stuff comes out of that. And I'm thinking about doing random acts of gift giving, which is RAGG, rag. I don't know, how does that sound? We can do other other acts of random acts of gift giving with other projects too later on. I thought it could be something that could be part of our channel here. So think about that. Try it out with the aprons. The aprons are cool. Stash busters, you're going to go through 3 yards of fabric just like that. And the more you make, the more fabric you go through. Why? So that you can buy more fabric. When it's no by July, that is. So, let's see. What else did I want to get into with you? I did go to the post office box because that's near where I get my hair cut, and I had a piece of mail in there, and it was Blues Boutiques. This is from Amber of Oregon, and look at this card. Is this not the cutest thing ever? This is going on. I mean, all the cards you all send go up on my wall. I have to show you that wall sometime. It's the She Who Sews where she's on the unicycle. It's a quilt that I have on a big part of my wall. I mean, I don't have much wall space, but she's on there, and I just hook all my cards to it. I'll show you sometime. But it's not this the cutest thing ever? It's called My Pal Goldie. So cute. I love it so much. Thank you, Amber. And here are the Blues Boutiques that she sent. Very pretty. Those will go very nicely in one of our future Blues Boutiques quilts. I have sent the quilt to Mary, and Mary is out of town. Her mother is ill, and she won't be back for a while, so we'll just wait a little bit longer. Not a big deal. So we will just keep those extra blocks here And I've got a little tray set up myself to make more Blues Boutiques blocks as I want some mindless sewing, because those don't take any thought hardly at all. Or if I come up with some boutique scraps like I did with the apron this past weekend, I cut some of those up for Blues Boutiques, and I also processed all those scraps from both aprons, and there were some nice scraps there. I came out with probably 4 10-inch squares. I came out with maybe 10 or 15 5-inch squares, some 2.5 and some 2.5-inch strips, and 1 selvage. So I did all of that with the scraps from the aprons. So like I was saying originally, you're going to get some yummy scraps out of those aprons too. So yeah, move some stash out, create some scraps, and have a nice gift to give. It's all good all the way around, isn't it? So that is that. Let me go ahead and get the art quilt of the week over to you, and I will put a picture of that right here. This is really pretty. I like it. Blue and orange. I've got a thing for blue and orange. I think I need to make a blue and orange quilt. Okay, this is called Caribbean Eureka, or Caribbean Eureka. How do you say it? 87 by 103. So this is a big old quilt by Diane Elson of La Crosse, Wisconsin. It says here, Diane was on a shop hop with her daughter-in-law in Minnesota and saw this quilt on display. She bought the pattern, a pattern from Jackie's Animas Quilts. Animas. A-N-I-M-A-S, is that right? But it was on the back burner for a few years. The boutique fabric choices were based on a Caribbean cruise. Diane cut and sewed for several days to complete the blocks before COVID arrived. She completed the quilt, and Kathy Gaines quilted it. And this was a ribbon winner at the Peacemakers Guild show at Stevens Point, Wisconsin. So it's called Eureka from Jackie's Animas Quilts. I hope I'm saying that right. Caribbean Eureka. Yeah, that does look Caribbean to me. Very cool. And all of those, there's log cabins in there. There's, looks like a pineapple. Also some stars, just some, not ribbon stars, but just regular stars. And then also we have some like delectable mountains in that center medallion area, the darker blue. I love this. It's very pretty. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it looks like there's just kind of a scrolly type of, maybe a pantograph or an edge-to-edge design that was quilted on it. So that's not too out of our realm of making. We can do all of those different blocks and set them together like that. Not that hard. Just takes a lot of time because there's a lot of small pieces there, and this is a big quilt, 87 by 103. All right, more inspiration for our projects, future projects. And like she said, she bought the pattern, but it was on the back burner for a few years. So I'm sure all of us have some patterns that, you know, and even kits or fat quarter bundles that we want to make something out of. They may sit for a while, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the fun. Shopping for the fabric, hanging on to it, thinking about it for a while, getting just the right pattern for the fabric, and vice versa. You know, it's just part of quilting. That's just what we do. So I hope today's little chat has provided you with some inspiration. Keep those questions coming if you have any. I do get some questions from y'all every once in a while on something, and I just answer directly. But you know, if you want to, under this video, think of a specific question for me, and it could be about anything. It doesn't have to be about quilting. And if it's something I can answer on here, I'll answer it on here and save those up for future quilt chat videos here. So this week I'm going to continue on with, I'll probably continue on with this berry wreath, at least get this set done. I don't know, at least probably that, because it's sitting here. And then also I will continue on with the Block Wednesday with Pat Sloan, the Simply Jelly Roll quilt. I want to get that farther along. I'm already ahead. So I want to get that farther along and make a video for you on Wednesday about something stash busting. Let's do that. All right. Keep working on your aprons. Keep working on your projects. Keep those works in progress going, and get a UFO out if you have any. I need to take my own advice on that. Harriet's journey. Happy days. What else is over here? The FPP stars. Yeah. I haven't worked on my 16 patches for a while either, to tell you the truth. So, that's what makes it fun. Lots of different projects going at the same time. Alright, let's get going. It's a Monday. It's my favorite day of the week, and it's the day I get the most done out of the entire week. And yeah, we'll be back here on Wednesday with something. And then hang on for Finish It Friday to see what I've finished and what some of you have finished. And there is an apron, at least one so far, in that group. So I'm expecting some of the rest of you to send some of those in too. Alright, have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.